Hello everybody, I'm Chris Provost and you're watching Provost Park Pass. And I have to say this, on Monday I kind of did a video, I was a little bit salty. I was talking about like reservations. I kind of went off about that, this interview that Bob Chapek gave. If you haven't watched the video, go ahead and watch the video. It's gonna be right around here somewhere. But because of that, I thought, you know what, we need to do something more lighthearted and fun. And I told that to my sweet wife, Amanda. So she came up with this idea and she went out on our Instagram. We have Provost Park Pass Instagram and also on our YouTube community. She says, how can you ruin your Disney day in 3 words or less, just for fun to see what people can come up with. And boy, howdy, you did not disappoint. You came up with all these great ways that you can ruin your Disney day in 3 words or less. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do a blind reaction. I've not read these at all. Last night, Amanda was laying in bed. I could hear her and she's like laughing and writing things down. Some of them she's like, oh no. And then she's like, oh, laughing. So she's taken all these and put them into 10 different types of categories. And we're gonna read the best comment from each of those categories. And I wanna hear your reaction down below. When I'm done reading these 3 words responses that you have given, put it down in the comments down below. Which one do you agree with the most, or which one did you most horrified to ever have happened to you? So let's get into this. Oh, by the way, if you're feeling generous, hit the subscribe button. Let me just do that. And if you're like, just go ahead and just kind of get comfortable, grab a little tasty beverage, and let's get started and do this video together. You guys can if you're driving, just listen along as we go along. Let's do this. All right, number 10. Here we go. Number 10 right here. It is Robin Petros. It's so crowded. Oh, there's nothing can ruin your Disney experience faster than a crowd at Disneyland. I think a lot of us remember back in the day, there were dead days where it wasn't as crowded and you could kind of go and get on the rides a lot better and easier. I think those days are mostly kind of gone. It seems like every day is somewhat crowded. And yes, crowds can ruin your Disney trip, but I'm just gonna say this. It's just kind of part of the experience, right? We have to have fun with it and just play games with our family and friends while we're waiting in lines. Just know it's part of the experience. But yeah, that could definitely ruin your day. Crowds. All right, let's move on to number 9. Number 9. What do we got here? From Jill Renee 413. Jill Renee 413. Wrong day booked. Oh, no, okay. For those of you maybe you're not familiar with the reservation system, this could put a damper in it so fast. This happened to Amanda, Miles, and I. Let me tell you, we were going to Disney, and you have to have reservations, right? And so I went in, I made reservations. I didn't realize what I did. I made a reservation for Miles and Amanda at Disneyland. And then when I went to make my reservation, I somehow accidentally made a reservation for a Disney California Adventure. So that morning, we get in line, we go in there, Amanda and Miles get in Disneyland. And when I went to scan my badge, they're like, sir, you're at the wrong park. I'm like, what? They're like, you're at Disney California Adventure. And I was like, my family's in there. And they're like, there's nothing you can do about it. I had to go to Disney California Adventure by myself until it was park hopping time. Back then, I think it was 1 or 2 o'clock. And then I pop. Yeah, wrong day booked. That can ruin your whole trip real quick. I think we all know that. That's craziness. All right, let's move on to number 8. Number 8. Here we go. Number 8. Oh, there it is. Number 8. In 3 words or less, how can you ruin your Disney day? This is from Kyburn 626. No more money. Ooh, you know, the thing about Disney, you know what they're really good at doing? Taking our money, all of it. And they've got us addicted to like popcorn buckets and merchandise and having so much fun. And I think we don't even realize it. And when you're at Disney, you're just like making it rain, like take all my money. And then you get home, you're like, what have I done? What have I done? I think we all, Kyburn, we all can actually empathize with that. That's a horrible feeling, right? It's a horrible feeling. Like, oh, what have I done? Buyer's remorse is crazy. All right, so now we are number 6. Give me that. This is from Katie. Pooped my pants. Now, oh, dear sweet Katie. That would ruin your trip so fast. There's nothing worse. I don't think there's anything worse than that. Oh, there's nothing worse than that. There's nothing. In fact, I know this story. I know who this is. And they told me that when this happened, that they ran around frantically to all the gift shops to buy pants or shorts or something, and they didn't have any. So they bought a towel, and they wore the towel and went back to the hotel room. Oh, Katie, I'm so sorry. That's the worst. I think that would be the worst. You're at Disneyland and you might poop your pants.
let's just say I had a lot of stomach problems, like responses. So a lot of people out there are having tummy troubles.
Oh, a lot of people are having tummy troubles. Yeah, I mean, like that's like there's nothing worse than that.
It'll ruin your Disney day.
It'll ruin your Disney day. By the way, just so you know, and I think almost everybody knows this, if you are waiting in line and something happens, you got to go and tell the cast member, and they'll let you back in the line. Just, I'm assuming Katie didn't have that option. It must have just been there. There's nothing you can do about it. And for those of you who don't think poop is funny, I apologize. Poop jokes are not my favorite, but they are a solid number 2. All right, let's get into number 5, way you can ruin your Disney trip in 3 words or less. I don't think we can top poop my pants. Missoula, it's grad night. It's grad night. Holy cow. Weren't you telling me that this was like was this the number 1 response, grad night?
I had so many responses for grad night. I'm assuming people out there hate and feel very passionately about grad night.
Well, the thing about it is, because you told me that, like, I'm assuming it's this one, because you said one of them was repeated more than any other one. Was it grad night? This grad night? Nothing that will ruin your Disney trip faster than grad night. Grad night, not grad night. For those of you who don't know, it's graduation night. It's when they open it up and they have it for people graduating from high school. They have all these high schoolers from all over, mostly Southern California. They come in. I think they get discounted tickets and they get to go in. And so apparently that's a real upside. Nothing worse than grad night.
Anything but grad night.
What would you rather do? Would you rather be at Disneyland and poop your pants or be there in grad night? Put it down below. Which one is worse? I gotta know. I mean, that's the number 1 response apparently. So, all right. Okay, number 4.
This is related, but grad night needed its own. So.
This is related, but grad night needed its own. Okay, yes. Here we go. From NorCal Greg. Park closing early. Oh, that is one of the most frustrating things in the entire world. I've seen that. I've been there. I've seen other people have that. You get to the park, you're excited to be there. You want to rope drop it and keep it all going early, and you find out they're having some kind of special event that's making the park close early, particularly if you don't have a park hopper pass. I'm talking about Disneyland. So let's say you're going to you have a DCA and they're having Oogie Boogie Bash and it closes early and you don't have a park hopper pass, you can't go to Disneyland. That would ruin your day really fast, particularly if you spend a lot of money. Park closing early, which is just an extension of grad night. That's just all grad night, right? All right, now we're down to the top 3. The top 3, I think. Okay, here we go. From M. Costello. Out of churros. Nothing will ruin your Disney experience faster than running out of churros at Disneyland. I've seen it happen. I know it's happened. You get out your churros, they don't sell them anymore. That can ruin your day really fast. I have a love-hate relationship. I'll link it here. One of the first videos we ever did, and I did this churro challenge as a bet, trying to eat 15 churros in one day. Got super sick. Just spoiler alert, did not end well. If you want to watch that video, go ahead and watch it. But watch it at your own peril. I mean, it's not pretty. So, all right, there we go. Next one. This is IRK6, rides shut down. That will ruin your day at Disney really fast. Indy's going to shut down periodically during the day. You know that's going to happen. I think the worst is when you pay for something or you wait super long. Rise of the Resistance, or Tron or Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind. When you've been waiting for a long time and then all of a sudden that ride shuts down right as you get to the front, that is the worst feeling in the entire world. You're like, I just wasted all my time. I didn't get it. There's not a payoff. Usually, hopefully, they'll let you come back and get in line. But, there is nothing worse than that feeling at all. I mean, and then here's the worst part, is that when the ride breaks down, right? The ride breaks down. Then you're like, do we leave? I mean, so we're right there. I can see the ride right there. Do I leave? Is it going to be broken down for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes? Is it an hour? Should I leave and come back? Then you start doing that whole thing. You're trying to talk to cast members. So how long do you think it's going to be down? And they have no idea. They're like, and you're like, okay, you know what? You have a little huddle as a family. Right, okay, guys, we're about 10 feet away from the ride, but it's not running. How much longer do you want to wait here? And everybody's like, I think 5 more minutes. It's going to open 5 minutes. So you wait 5 more minutes, and then everybody's like, okay, 5 more minutes. You wait 5 more minutes. It's that chasing that sunken fallacy. Oh, I hate that. That's the worst. Okay, perfect. All right, here we go. This is number 2, I think. Mm-hmm. Number 2. Thorpe Dork. Aggravated Aggravated herniated disc. Any medical issue at Disney is going to ruin that for you. I had a friend who they rode Indiana Jones, and that happened. They got hurt. They got hurt, and I'm assuming this. You know what this has written all over it? Matterhorn. That's the crackbacker. You're row 6 on Matterhorn. I'm assuming on that one. That one you're holding on for dear life. You're like, oh, please don't. when you're in for the young kids watching this, when you're in your teenage years and you're in your 20s, that's like the best. But when you get past 28 years of age, maybe 32, something happens in that age. At that point, the Matterhorn, the row 6. That is not as enjoyable, and you're just hanging on like, you're like, I can't. Then like the rest of the day, you're kind of walking. Any medical emergency at Disney would be horrible. All right, here we are. This is your favorite one?
So I have to explain a
okay.
little bit.
All right.
All of the responses really fell into the categories. I definitely saw a theme, and so I chose just whatever response I felt like conveyed the theme well.
Yeah.
But all of the responses were so amazing.
Yeah.
This one actually made me laugh out loud, and this was the only response in this category. So this was the only
okay.
response.
All right. Let's get into it.
I had to save it because it
made you laugh out loud?
made me laugh.
Okay.
All right.
I heard you laugh.
The one and only response.
Okay.
Drum roll, please.
But wait, before we get to that, we have a lot more of these videos coming out. If you want your name read in this video like this, go to Provost Park Pass Instagram, and there's going to be poll questions there. Respond there. But be aware, if you respond there, we might read your response here on camera, or also on the YouTube community tab. We ask really funny questions there, or some serious questions. Go ahead and put response there. We might read your response here as well. The best way to be notified, though, on the YouTube community tab is hit that subscribe button, and we post new things like little poll questions, whatever. You'll get notified. All right, let's get into it. Number 1, according to Amanda, her favorite response of all time is from Kitra. Kitra from Ordinary Adventures, I'm assuming. Kitra says, "Damn Disney vloggers." It is so true. Oh my gosh, I love that. Oh my gosh. Can I just tell you my fear? So when I started, and I'm going to tell you this is the truth. When I started vlogging, there wasn't as many vloggers back then, and I actually had a big camera. We had a bigger camera with like a microphone on it, and cameraman Greg would help me, because I feel way more comfortable when somebody's videotaping me rather than vlogging myself. And he would do this, but I felt after a while there was like, now there's vloggers everywhere. Every 5 feet, you got somebody who's vlogging, right?
Or Instagram.
Or TikTok. TikToking, and whatever. They're always doing it. And so I ended up taking that camera, and then I just had a gimbal on my cell phone, because I thought it was smaller. I've got rid of all of that. I try to be as inconspicuous as I can. I don't have a gimbal. I don't have a camera like that. I do most of it now just like on my cell phone, and I'll just pull up my camera like, hey, and then I put my pocket away, because I get a little bit, it causes some anxiety. But those damn Disney vloggers, man, they're the worst. They're the absolute worst. You guys are you know what's not the worst? You. And I am talking to you. Real quickly, I just want to say this, and I mean this. I hope you know how amazing you are. You are wonderful. You make the world better. And I want you to take some time. I want you to know what your individual worth is. Look in a mirror and tell yourself that you are amazing and unique, because you are special. And I hope that you hear that enough. And if you don't, know that I believe it. I believe it about you, because you make the world a better place. You really do. And I appreciate you. All right, guys. That's all we got today. Make sure you look at those other places so you can read your comments on videos. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.